Selling exclusive, innovative, and customized 3D printed products is an excellent way to make a little extra cash on the side if you happen to already own a 3D printer. And even if you don't have one yet, it might just be worth investing in one. 3D printers allow for endless customization. Simply put, if you can dream something up, you can create it. So here are some of the best 3D printing business ideas to build yourself a substantial source of income. 3D printing business costs. 3D printers vary wildly in price depending on your specific needs. For the average hobbyist printer, however, you're probably going to have to shell out somewhere between $300 to $1,500 for a machine. And these machines will be more than enough for beginners who want to get started with a small 3D printing side business. If you choose to expand, higher-end printers geared towards professionals and enthusiasts range anywhere from $1,500 to $20,000. Industrial printers can cost anywhere from $20 to $100,000, which probably won't be necessary for a small 3D printing business. As far as filament goes, the material that you actually print with, spools typically sell for $20 to $40. You'll probably also want to stock up on several colors of filament unless you're planning on hand painting your finished products. The last piece of the puzzle is software. To create anything with a 3D printer, you'll need to design it first. Some of the most popular programs on the market are Blender, Tinkercad, Morphe, Leopoly, and 3D Slash. Some of these programs are free. However, the majority of higher-end software tools will run you at least a couple $100s. 3D printing business ideas. There are many different ways to create a business by 3D printing products. Really, it all depends on what kind of niche you're hoping to tap into. Collectibles and figurines are a great place to start because they have broad appeal. For example, tabletop games like Warhammer or Gaslands have huge demand for custom printed characters, terrains, and other miniatures. Similarly, you can recreate pieces from popular board games. There's nothing worse than playing Monopoly without all of the little houses and hotels to build your empire. So you could build a business out of these replica game pieces. You could also create seasonal products such as holiday decorations, specifically things like Christmas tree ornaments or home decor. These have reliable demand every single year. And if you create a trendy product, you can make a massive amount of profit. Phone accessories are one of the biggest selling product categories out there, and there are endless possibilities with 3D printing. From phone cases to phone stands and mounts, you can showcase some creativity and customizability to sell big in this category. The last thing we'll suggest is household goods and tools. Anything from organizational products to replacement keys, locks, and bolts all have very practical functions in the home. Instead of spending a fortune on generic store-made products, people are likely more interested in purchasing unique 3D printed products that have a little more personality. In fact, starting with practical items that people actually need to purchase could be a great way to fill an unmet need in the marketplace with your unique 3D printing flair. Once you've determined what kinds of products you want to make, it's as simple as printing them and listing them on the platform of your choosing, or selling them somewhere locally like a flea market, consignment shop, or peddler's mall. How to boost sales. Once you find your niche, you can use the following tips to stand out and increase your sales volume. First, research your competitors and make items that no one else is making. To do this, just make some searches on Etsy or a similar marketplace to see what kinds of 3D printed products are already out there. To draw in more business, you can offer your customers customization options. People love to see their names on things. Monogramming has been popular for ages, but these days 3D printing has opened the door for even more customization. If you get good at design, you can make custom characters, color schemes, and even made-to-order products directly for your customer that specifically meet their needs. And of course, customizable features can fetch even higher prices, requiring very little extra work for you. On the other hand, if you're looking for a business with less creative requirements, check out our video on starting a vending machine business to earn hundreds of dollars a month passively. We'll see you in the next one.